Hey, gun people. Gonna do, somebody asked for something on recording cops. Hear that wind blowing out there? I'm in the garage, so I got an echo. Can you record a cop? Should you record a cop? You know, there's a lot of court cases that are kind of coming out, but most courts have ruled that cops can't prevent you from recording them. Okay? Cops are considered a public figure. They can record you. Now, there is a thing in some states called a one-party or two-party state. California happens to be a two-party state. In order to record somebody, they have to know you're recording them. Okay? Now, Texas is a one-party state. Only one person being recorded has to know. Therefore, if I'm recording you, I know it, we're good. I don't have to tell you. So one-party states obviously promote freedom and are better. Communist, liberal, freaking la-la land states like California and New York, they're two-party states because they want to protect crooked politicians from being recorded. So politicians don't want to be recorded unless you have to tell them. So the best way to do that is to make your state two-party. If it's a one-party, you can record anybody. Now, even with that in consideration, there's still the thing of a cop is a public servant, usually in public areas or in your area. If a cop can walk up and contact you in a public area, you're in a public area. Therefore, he's conducting public business. He has no expectation of privacy. So, in order for the courts to rule that you can't record cops, they're going to have to address the issue called standing. Does a person have standing to challenge this? Does a cop have a reasonable expectation of privacy that he shouldn't be recorded without his consent or knowledge? The answer is absolutely not. You're out there conducting public business, you're not doing anything private, you absolutely should be recorded. You're on duty, you're wearing a uniform, you're armed, you're exerting government power, you're a government official, and you should be able to be recorded anytime, just like any politician or any court officer or anybody anywhere. Now, I foresee a time as government continues to grow in power and they figure out ways to circumvent the people's power, there's going to be signs posted in federal or government buildings that says recording in this building is not authorized. And when they post that sign, then you're going to be in violation of that ordinance, rule, law, whatever they make it, in order to protect the crooked politicians and the crooked government employees, so you can't go in there and record them when they give you bad advice, wrong advice, dangerous advice, or lie to you, or try to circumvent the Constitution, or try to do things that they shouldn't be doing, and they don't want to get caught. So I foresee and I predict in the future, government will try to post buildings, there is no recording allowed in this building, except by us, of course, because everywhere you go, there's videotapes, there's cameras. I think it's just assumed now that you're being recorded. You're either being videotaped or recorded. So expectation of privacy is so far gone, there should be no notice or anything. I think people, including cops and government, you know what? You should know, unless you're a complete idiot and you don't have two brain cells, that if you're anywhere, the likelihood of you being recording is high. So, you know what? It is what it is. Get used to it and don't be doing shit that you don't want to have on video or being recording. Then you ain't got to worry about it. Remember, those who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. There's a lot of people telling me my videos are going to make me a target and I shouldn't be saying this and my views are considered this, and they're going to look, you know what? Those who have nothing to hide, hide nothing. I don't give a shit. You know, it is what it is. I am who I am. I'm not going to change, you know, who I am and get on this video and say something that is popular to get views or likes or whatever the hell. I don't even know why people like all these likes and views and what they get. I guess if they have ads, they get money. I don't get money from mine. So I personally think, and again, you know, people are going to go, oh, you're going to get sued. You can't give out legal, whatever. Look, you want to record somebody, record them. The worst thing that's going to happen if you record somebody and they say you can't, is they're going to say that the recording can't be used. And you know what? All right, big deal. I record you and I can't use it. There really is no penalty for recording somebody. I mean, some states with a two-party, if the other party doesn't know, they can sue you civilly, and then they might be able to get damages because you recorded them without their permission. And you know what I say about civil suits? It's a big freaking joke. Nobody ever collects. You want to know how many people collect from civil suits? Ask how much money OJ paid when they won. They didn't collect crap. Ask people who rent homes and rent out homes, and when renters tear up their place and leave and they sue them and win, ask them how many times they collect any money. There's really no teeth for civil. You can't go to jail. If you sue me and you win $5 grand and I go, great, I owe you $5 grand. Not even kiss my ass while you leave because I ain't paying you. There's no criminal. You can't go to jail for not paying civil crimes. So there's really no remedy. So civil court is almost a joke to an extent. And you know, I hear all these people, you're going to get sued. Oh my God, they're going to come after you and you're going to owe money. Look, whatever. You know, the most you could do is maybe put a lien on something when I die that you can take it. You know what? When I die, I don't give a shit. You can wait. Maybe I'll outlive you. Maybe I won't. You know, maybe I'll sell my house. Maybe I'll burn it down and cancel the insurance. You won't get nothing. So a civil suit to me is not a big deal. Some people are all scared about it, but look, I'm recording a cop. If I can record anything that I think is going to be used later or that I think might have some learning or proof, I'm recording it. Cops with cameras, they record everybody they contact. Now, the little niche there that cops have is cops have the ability to turn that off and to turn it on. Very few agencies have it to where it's on all the time. One, there's a storage issue. You got to store all that data that you're recording. Where do you store it? How long do you store it? You know, some people say a week, some people say 2 weeks, some people say 6 months, some people say a year. You know, and then you know you're gonna have a case where there's a dirty cop and somebody's killed and they destroyed his tapes and we could have caught it. And they're gonna find out later, and then there'll be some court ruling that now all agencies have to store it for 5 years. And dumb people will go, good for the courts, keep it for 5 years, you big dummy. Now where's the government gonna get that money to store and to buy all that storage and to pay for people to store it and record it and do all that? It's coming from your taxes. Then you're going to complain about high taxes. The reason why you got high taxes, you got stupid people letting government pass stupid laws that all it does is take more from you. Remember, government produces nothing. They only take from those that produce. Period. And I've had this argument with a lot of people are like, well, Rick, you know, government does a really good job at the military. Government doesn't do a good job in the military. Government spends more money than all other nations combined on our military, and when you have that much money, you could probably have a bunch of robots out there and be the best armed people. So it comes down to how much money you're spending on your military, on how good your military is. So, you know, I don't think the military does anything, or the government does anything good, including the military. It's a bureaucracy, it's a joke, it's paperwork, it's stupid rules that doesn't make any damn sense, made by politicians, passed down to political appointees who pass it down to the generals. And you know, the military, I used to hate civilians when I was in the military. Be like, God damn, civilians are a pain in the ass, and I can't. You know what? We work for civilians. We work for freaking people like the idiot president, who's the commander-in-chief, who appoints, you know, the new gay guy for the Secretary of Army or Navy, whoever he appointed the new gay guy to be politically correct. So now we got a gay guy passing down policy to the whole entire Army, and somehow that's going to make the Army better. Really? Is it about making the Army better, or is it about a social experiment? So, you know, can you record cops? I say yes. I say do it. And I say even if you get caught and they can't use it, what's the penalty? Big deal. They go, you can't do that. You can't go to jail for recording somebody, at least not that I know of. Now, there may be some law, somebody's going to post a law. Oh, it's a misdemeanor and it's punishable by a year in jail. Nobody gets a year in jail for a misdemeanor, people. I mean, people are afraid to go to jail. Unless you've been in jail a bunch of times, you just don't go to jail. The people who are in jail have been there several times, or they did something like drunk driving. Like this lady who just mowed over all these people, killed, wounded 40 people and killed 4. If she turns out that she's drunk driving, she's going to probably go to jail. But she'll get out on bail and she'll be crying, and it'll be, I voted for Hillary, so therefore I'm a woman, so you can't pick on me. And there'll be all the political BS, and she'll probably get suspended sentence and have to do probation and has to visit schools and talk about how she turned her life around and how she used to be an alcoholic. But let a guy do that, and everybody's going to want him hung by his testicles on the highest wall by barbed wire. All right, that's my rant. Hope that helps on recording cops.